Well, I've been in Niagara since 1996, and I can certainly tell you that there's been a dramatic change in the food industry here in Niagara, food and restaurant scene. Back in '96, there weren't that many dining options, actually. There was the hotels, which were doing a fine job, but as far as independent restaurants and restaurateurs, there was not that many choices, and that really reflected too in the wine side. I don't recall the exact number of wineries, but in the last 20 years or so, 15 to 20 years, there's been this huge explosion of wineries, winemakers that are making really dynamic wines, and mirroring that are the chefs and the food producers, the farmers and the growers. What's really exciting in my industry is this whole farm to table, or toe to tail, however, nose to tail, not toe to tail, the nose to tail cuisine. All of that is really brilliant, and I wouldn't say that I'm surprised that it's happened, but it certainly is fun to see it happening. Respect for our raw materials is paramount, and I also think what's paramount is the relationship between the grower and the chef. I can't stress that enough. Knowing the people that produce your food, living in the community with them, having your kids in sports together, having them live down your street or whatever, it just creates this trust and this relationship and this respect that certainly beats the way it was in '96 when I came down here, where I'd pick up the phone. Here in Niagara on the Lake, I'd pick up the phone and my vegetables would arrive from the food terminal in Toronto. I mean, it's not so bad, but it's certainly not as good as knocking on my neighbor's door and asking him to bring over a bushel of tomatoes. And knowing the provenance of that food and knowing the respect that goes into the growing of the food, again, it's just this quickest line to the customer. I call it sort of a fast food, a different type of fast food, from the ground to your plate, with no middleman. Just some very innovative ways to cook it, based on the chefs, and I think that's one of the most amazing changes I've seen in this area.
Been happening?
Oh, the future is so bright. I'm so optimistic about the food scene in Ontario. Again, just echoing what I said a few minutes ago, looking forward, we want to see more of those collaborations between farmers, growers, and chefs. The diner and our clients are so much more educated than they were, and not to say that they weren't, but it's the interest, that's really grown, and the interest causes you to be aware of different issues and whatnot that are facing the industry. So our clients are better educated, they know what they like, and I think we're just going to keep working hard to make sure that everyone that comes down here, we meet their expectations and exceed their expectations. And again, it's those relationships that's so paramount in our industry.